Okay guys, so for the second part of the intro for this month, I'm going to give you more specific examples of how to build a curriculum for the month. Personally, I like to think from the top down. There's inductive and deductive reasoning. So what I like to do is think about, well, if I had a self-defense situation, what would I like to know? Just literally thinking about it, not someone just showing me a technique. So I'll take my idea of the class and a situation or situations that I think are high prevalence for my students to be able to know, and then kind of back into it. The second thing I'm going to look at is how are they doing in class, and are there holes in the game, are there certain areas where they're not able to defend themselves. So in a real self-defense situation, you may be, it's questionable, but you may be better off with 2 techniques in every range than having 20 of them in one range and being really good at that. Because altercations mutate amongst ranges, from weapons to takedowns to standing ground, and having a couple things to do in each of those really comes in handy. So one, you're going to assess your students, so one way of doing it is to go, hey, look, the first week of the month, I'm going to put myself in one of the worst positions I could get into on a fight. I'm just underneath somebody else. I'm already in trouble. And can I survive that and get out? Okay, well, yeah, so the person's mounted on top of me. And then do my students know mount escapes? They're in crossbody on top of me? Do they know 1 or 2 crossbody escapes? Well, they have knee on the belly on me. Do I know a couple of knee on the belly escapes? So these are all counters and escapes from the bottom. My students getting choked. Do they know choke counters, and can they get out? They're in trouble. So if I put that in the first week, that we're going to have 4 more weeks they get to practice that, because this is all going to chain together. The second week, I'm going to move to level 2, where they've improved their position a little bit. Maybe they went from being underneath someone to having someone inside of their guard. They improved the position, but hey, they're still on the bottom. And then can they submit from the guard? Can they choke? Can they arm bar? Do they have a couple of chokes? They have a couple of arm bars. They have a couple of sweeps. Or do they know how to get into a leg lock from the guard? So though that's an improved position. The third week, we'll be working on the next improved position. So I may still be on the ground, but I'm inside of someone's guard. If someone has a good guard, they're very dangerous to submit you. So I need to be able to pass the guard, deal with the guard effectively without losing. So we're going to work on that. Ironically, and in the fourth week, I'm going to be working on top positions. How do I either control someone if I'm just needing to control them in a self-defense situation, or 2, how do I eliminate the threat? And that's usually going to come from a top position. So can I submit from the mount? Can I submit from crossbody? Can I submit from knee on the belly? Can I submit from north-south? Can I submit with leg locks? So that's what you're going to be doing on the fourth week. If you look at that, the person on the bottom is going to be better at escaping, so that by the time you get to it in the fourth week, your student may be new to how to hold the mount, but the other person's had a few weeks to try to get out of the mount, and that'll kind of even out the leverage imbalance that's going on the mat. So that's a structure. You could write it down, and you can use that to help build your curriculum for the month. So this is, I'm going to summarize this up and cut. You're building your own curriculum this month. You can structure it however you want, but you're going to want to assess your class and what they're needing. You're also going to want to fulfill on everybody from the brand new person to the high ranked person. Number 3 is you're going to have to figure out who's all going to be involved in the classes and how they can contribute. And then lastly, you're going to want to lay out a structure for your team that allows you to address each of those ranges, or another range, if there's one that I missed, which there are others, that you want to address, so that your class is sufficient and well run, and everybody's having a great time, and they're doing fun stuff, and everyone's growing, and they're thinking independently, and they're going out and searching out information themselves. Have fun, guys.